So some very serious news came out today that Charles has cancer. They are saying it is not related to the prostate, even though he had a prostate exam, but he has cancer. This is while Catherine is still recovering from her surgery with her stomach. William indeed has the weight of the world on his shoulders. Harry's people have announced that he is going to be traveling to the United Kingdom to see his father. We are going to do a reading about this and Charles's condition. These readings are entertainment purposes only. They are not fact-based. I do not claim them to be fact. And if you want medical advice, go to a certified medical professional. If you would like your own private readings, life coaching sessions, incantations, or spells, spirit channeling where I contact a deceased loved one or a deceased famous person you want to talk to, or astrology charts, email me or go to my Facebook, facebook.com/Naomi Tarot Readings. I also have an Instagram, Naomi_Tarot, as well as I am on TikTok. Okay, so Charles's condition, is it very serious? Okay, so he really felt very energized, like I finally get to do this. I finally get to be the king. You know, he was sad that his mother passed away, but he was also celebrating that he finally got to do the things that he wanted. How is his condition right now? Again, this is not health advice. It's just an entertainment reading. Okay, so he is resting. He's on calmer waters, but he is very devastated by the news, and his family is. He really wanted to do a lot as king, and Elizabeth held on so long, which I could see how could be very frustrating and annoying to him. I mean, people worshipped the woman, but she was a Taurus, and they're stubborn as hell to the point where they can kind of be a pain in the ass. Scorpio is their opposite, and I could see how they butted heads, where he felt so frustrated that he really never got to be king, and she just wouldn't pass it to him. So he really wants to focus on getting better in his new cycle, and he really is being loved and supported by people. He's got a lot of things that he's been wanting to do, and he's just very sad. Like, he wants to do them before he dies. That's his main concern. He's not really even totally afraid of death, I'm hearing. He's more afraid of not being able to go forward with, like, he's worried about, this is him, Cups, Scorpio, going forward with the things he wanted. He's worried about that, and this is confirming that. So he came up again, King of Cups. So I think he's just worried about not being able to do the things he wanted. You know, they have all the money in the world, Six of Pentacles, so he should be able to get the attention, Eight of Pentacles, to detail and the treatment that he needs. Will he be able to recover from this? Okay, it looks like he will move forward from it, so his life will be extended. Of course, he will eventually, it looks like he will eventually die from it, but he will have an extension of his life. But it looks like the cancer has somehow trapped something in his body, Eight of Swords, and it will be what he dies from eventually, but his life will be extended and supported. Again, I want to reiterate, this is not fact. This is a tarot reading. I'm not wishing on this on anybody. It's just what I'm picking up. It could be wrong. Okay, I don't really like doing health readings, but here we are. I'm reiterating, it's entertainment only, not fact. How is William feeling in all of this? I titled it The Weight of the World on His Shoulders because it really is. Yes, this is about Charles. You know, we want him to make a recovery. We don't want to wish bad upon anybody, which I'm sure some of the Meghan sugars are. They're that. And some Meghan haters are like this too. So it's not just the sugars. Like, so people get so up in arms about both sides of this that they're kind of hypocritical on both sides. It's like they'll go as far as to wish bad on people from either side. And I've seen this on both sides. They're both guilty. It's sickening. You know, like that, like Charles and Catherine are not feeling well right now. They'd actually wish bad on them. Just like if Meghan wasn't feeling well, some people who hate her, I've seen, have said things about her in that regard. Okay, so how is William feeling in all of this? So he's like, I might have to go on my new beginning sooner than I thought. The Fool, you know, I will persevere no matter what. I've got to show everybody that I'm strong. I'm duty, obligation, the Hierophant. That's tradition. There may be a big change where I'm king sooner than I thought. There also might be a regency, which is where, you know, I believe it's when the king is still alive. You can correct me if I'm wrong, UK viewers and those with a monarchy. It's when the king is still alive, but then there's somebody else in his place, like the next in line or somebody else in his place until he can either be king again or whenever. So he's already planning on this, taking this role more and more. and this new beginning with it, and that he's going to persevere no matter what. And the weight of the world really is on his shoulders, not only to do all these duties, but to stay healthy. Like, they're probably scrambling right now in Buckingham Palace. And I noticed that the news hasn't really mentioned this, but my first thought would be they are scrambling to make sure everything is tip-top shape for William right now, because he's their guy, basically. Like, nobody wants Harry and Meghan to become king and queen. So they're going to make damn sure that every single thing that William needs to attend to in his health is going to be damn good, because he's next in line. And if anything ever happened to William, I'm not sure if this is how it would work, but I believe Harry and Meghan would probably take William's place until his kids are old enough to rule, because it obviously wouldn't jump to Harry. He's after William's children, but William's children are kind of young, so I'm not sure if Harry would become like the regent. And nobody wants that to happen. So I know they're scrambling to focus on William's health, his well-being, his safety, his stability. You know, like, he's modeling himself after the Queen. There's a lot of uncertainty now in Great Britain and in the palace and with the royals. And Meghan's just like kind of watching in the sidelines, like, hey, I'm doing my own thing. You know, I released myself from that trap. You know, she's like, I'm doing my own thing. I released myself from that trap. And William is very much focused on the love. This is William. I believe this is him. The love and tradition, the love he has for tradition and the crown and what it means to his father, the love for his wife, and just really persevering and bringing hope to the United Kingdom. So I've done some readings, and this is not really appropriate to talk about it too much on here right now. I have done some readings as Prince William the Antichrist because I was just curious. I don't really totally believe in a Antichrist. I'm not Christian anymore. I think a lot of the Abrahamic religions in general, all three of them are bullshit. Have caused the most bloodshed, war in the world, death in the world, misogyny in the world. And it's true. I'm not saying other religions don't, but they certainly have. And those are the ones that I know, the Abrahamic religions. All three, not just one, not just two, all three. That being said, I do believe there could be dark figures. Like, there may not be a Antichrist, but there could be people with that kind of energy, right? So I take the Bible and religious texts like that with a grain of salt, just like somebody would take mythology with a grain of salt. And I've done readings on whether or not he's an Antichrist. If you would like to see that, go to my Patreon. But I also, in some of my readings, there was like something that I picked up, that there would be a point in his life, even if he was groomed one way or the other. And if you want to see more of that and what the symbolism is around why people think he might be an Antichrist, you have to go to Patreon. I can't talk about it all on here. Number one, because I don't want my video to be defunded or banned or whatever, shadow banned. And number two, because I'm not going to give away everything I say on Patreon. That's why you need to subscribe. But anyways, there were things going around saying he was an Antichrist. And even if he was groomed to be like a dark figure or somebody to bring about the NWO or the one world government, he could still choose at a certain point of his life to bring light and to bring love to the world. And let's see what decision he's making now that being king may be closer than ever to him. Where is his energy right now? Where is William's energy? Okay, the world. He's focused on the world, and he wants to bring balance to the world. And he's been spending a lot of time alone. This could also represent Harry, because Harry's a Virgo, but I think this is William's alone time. He wants to bring peace to the world, balance to the world. Okay, so that's good. He's going in the light. And he's thinking of this because of the death or the impending death of the king. You see that? Death of the emperor, death of the king. And I don't think the death of the king is going to be immediate, but I am picking up on the reading that it probably will be from this cancer. Will the king die from this cancer? I hate doing readings about death, but I just feel compelled to today. Will he die from this cancer? It's uncertain, actually. Even with the best medical treatments in the world, it's uncertain. He has a lot of support from his family, but the devil energy may succumb him. And it doesn't mean like the devil, like, oh, he's a devil, but just this negative energy or whatever he did in his life that may have attributed to the cancer or not helped his body. He may succumb to it. Let's hope he doesn't. You know, he's going to have to use a lot of temperance in his life. You know, no matter if you like or dislike somebody, let's wish the best for somebody when they're having a health struggle, you know, and wish the best for their family. It's just good energy to support that and not be supporting such negative thoughts. But yes, I think that William is getting very logically clear on what he wants to do going forward, what wishes he wants to make come true for people, what he wants to work on, like boosting people, helping people, and perseverance of the crown, and just making people aware that, hey, I've got this. You know, I'm my mother's son. Everybody loved her. I'm still her son. I'm going to trust my intuition. You know, he's a Cancer. I believe he's a double Cancer, moon and sun. So that's very powerful intuition, lots of feminine energy, lots of intuition here with the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. His mother, the Queen of Cups, female Cancer. I'm going to persevere, strength card. This could mean Megan too, but I don't think it does in this reading. I think this is more referencing William's strength in front of the world. And then I'm going to be a balanced and fair leader. Trust me. So that's what I have. But he is really feeling the weight of the world. But he has such a strong character and strong backbone that he's not showing that to others. And he's like, I'm just going to focus on, you know, my loved ones and what I need to do to bring balance to other people and let them see that this monarchy is still balanced, and I'm going to bring it on a new beginning, and I'm going to keep going forward the way I need to. If I have to step in as regent, or if my father dies sooner or later, you know, he will at some point. I don't want to focus too much on that. I hate focusing on death in readings. And by the way, if you ever order a private reading, I do not do readings on death for private readings. I don't really even like doing it on the public channel, but I am today. But first and foremost, he's focused on the crown tradition, upholding it and saying, I am going to bring balance to it. I'm in a very, very tough situation with my wife being sick and now my father having cancer. So many things on his plate. He feels like his world is crumbling. He's very sad and fearful of the ending of his father, or possible ending. And he just wants to bring balance to others despite everything on his plate, all these fears, bringing balance to others despite a very, very, very difficult situation. He is very worried, guys. He's up at night. But ultimately, he's putting the crown before himself, even with all these worries, even with all this preparation, these fears, feeling trapped, feeling stuck. I really feel for him. Yes, he has every monetary advantage, privilege advantage in the world, but that doesn't mean he's not a human being. And immediately when I heard this news, like, I know Charles is the one who has the cancer, but immediately I thought of William and what he must be going through. So anyways, he's working, he's focusing on the work and just moving forward ultimately, despite all of this. And feeling this trap, feeling stuck, feeling helpless, needing to prepare. He's focused on moving forward, doing the work, and ultimately putting the crown first and foremost and the work above his personal needs. Thank you for watching. Bright blessings. Bye-bye.